Welcome, under my Max. We're here at BlackandNobel, here with best-selling author Wahida Clark. Welcome, Wahida, BlackandNobel. Welcome back.
BlackandNobel. They've been selling my books since I was on lockdown. They've been selling my books for a long, long time. Support our black independent bookstores, people.
Now, for those obviously being on the bestseller list, so you have thousands of fans and 10,000, thousands of fans that people know you. For those who don't know you, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, give them a little background about you.
I am Wahida Clark, the official queen of street literature. I have 12 books currently in print. The Thug series, the Payback series, and I have the Golden Hustler, Sleeping with the Enemy. She'll be saying, And I also have my own publishing company, Wahida Clark Presents Publishing, where I publish other authors. About 85% of them are on lock. You probably heard of them: Cash, We Trust No Man, Intelligent Allow with Liquor License, got Nene Capri, The Pussy Trap. I got Uncle Yaya, 21st Century Man of Wisdom, Part 1 and Part 2, and I got the Young Adult novels. And hey, I'm just the official queen of street lit, doing what I do.
Wow.
Doing good too.
So, where did all this start? You know what I mean? Just take everybody back to the beginning a little bit.
The beginning was in Lexington Federal Prison Camp for Women. I was about 1.5 years into my 10.5 years prison sentence, and I had called home to my niece and I said, send me some money. She said, Wahida, we'll see what we can do. So I said, what do you mean you'll see what we can do? Where's my money? She said, Wahida, they're foreclosing on your house. There's no one out here to run your businesses. You're in there, so no one's running your businesses. We are giving, we got your children, your husband is locked up. There's no money. As a matter of fact, we're packing it back up, we're moving back up to Jersey. So when I hung up the phone, that was my wake-up call. I said, oh my gosh, I have to do something. I had 2 teenage daughters out there that I had to support. My husband was incarcerated. And then it costs money to live in prison. There's no such thing as 3 hots in a cot, at least not in the beds. And I said, the main thing when I stepped out of the prison, I needed a foundation. I needed some money. So during the time I was working in the library. And one morning I had picked up, shortly after that phone call, I had picked up, I was looking through some magazines. And there was a magazine, and it had this sidebar in there. And it said this brother was in prison, and he had written a book. His name was Sherman Holmes. So I'm in the library. So then I'm starting to look. I said, this brother's in prison. He wrote a book. So then I'm looking at all the books on the walls, and I start visualizing my name, Wahida Clark, on the spines of the book. And I said, okay, I'm in prison. He's in prison. I said, I'm gonna write me a book. And that's where it all started.
Wow. That's interesting. Now, you mentioned being incarcerated. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I was convicted for mail fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering. I was working for this company in Georgia. I was the top salesperson. Long story short, I took the case to trial along with my co-defendants. Well, most of my co-defendants. Some of them, took the stand. But I took it to trial, and I lost and was convicted to 125 months, which is 10.5 years.
Wow. And how long did you serve that?
9.5.
So when you were incarcerated, how many books did you write when you were incarcerated?
When I came home in 2007, I had 7 books that already hit the Essence Magazine bestsellers list.
Wow.
USA Today, Black Expression, Blackboard. We had 7 books. The prison has been good to me. If 9.5 years in prison was the best thing that happened to me.
That's interesting. Just to hear somebody say that.
Absolutely.
Can you go into that a little bit more? It's the best.
If I didn't serve that 9.5 years in prison, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now, because it wasn't my plan to write. I didn't know I could write. This wouldn't be happening right now. So I wouldn't change. They said, do you regret? I don't regret it. I wouldn't change not 1 second. If anything changed, it would just change the whole dynamic. I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Wow. So before you were out, you said you had, your books were just all over the place. You were hot.
Before I got out of prison.
Before you got out of prison.
Right, I had 7 books.
And so
I had 2 major publishing contracts while I was behind the wall.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive. That's very impressive. Now, why are you incarcerated? Why are you incarcerated? You obviously can't promote your book. You know, you can't do book signings and things like that. How did that happen? You know what I mean?
When I came home, I was signed to Kensington and Hachette. And the PR lady Hachette, Linda W., she said, Wahida, you sold more books behind that wall than we got people out here on the streets. When I was in Lexington, they put me in a hole for getting published and writing a book. But the hole for the Lexington prison camp was the county jail. So when I went to the county jail, in a federal prison, you can't write to other prisons. But in the county jail, there was no restriction. You could do whatever you want. So no one's monitoring the mail. So I noticed that in the county jail, a lot of the women had pen pals. They was writing to prisoners everywhere. They wasn't writing 1, 2, or 3 dudes. They was writing 10, 15 dudes. So I got on the phone, I called home. I told Keisha, my niece, I said, hook me up some flyers. I'm gonna send you what I want you to do. Hook me up some flyers and send them in here. So they did that. And they sent me the flyers. So everybody who's writing pen pals, I would put a flyer in there, and the flyer had a picture of my book, Thugs and the Women Who Love Them, and a short little note saying, Wahida Clark, I'm locked down. My book is Thugs and the Women Who Love Them. You know, support a sister. So my flyers start going through prisons everywhere.
Wow.
And then it helped that the book, the people was feeling the character, they was feeling the storyline. So it was on and popping.
Wow. So you took marketing, guerrilla marketing, you took that to a whole nother meaning.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And wow, you easily see how you're the queen of what you're good at what you do. That's very impressive, dude. You know, because even right here in the street, a lot of people write books, and you know, they think that writing it and getting it on the shelf, that's it. And you even in prison knew that, you know, you got to do a lot more than that.
Your job is just beginning once the book is in book form. You got a long ways to go after that. You see, with Honor Like Thugs, we got the official soundtrack, we got a mixtape to go with it. I got the QR codes on the bookmarks. If you ain't read my book before, you can text me at 58885, the keyword thug, your name and your email address, you get a free chapter. If you read my books, you get on my VIP mailing list, you can text the word honor to 58885 and you become my VIP mailing list. You know, I have my street team. You know, we do the posters. You know,
got little Wahida.
It's marketing. It's marketing. It's a hustle and a grind.
Right. So, for the authors who's writing a book now, you know, tell them, go back into that marketing, speak to that a little bit more, and what they, you know, need to do.
There's no such thing as writing a book and just sit back thinking the book is going to sell itself. That's not going to happen. You have to package yourself. You have to present yourself. Your book cover can't scream, I'm self-publishing, I'm just doing this on the shoestring. You have to come correct. You just got to come correct. When you go to a book signing, no such thing as sitting behind the table waiting on someone to come buy your book. You have to be up, engaging with your potential readers, grabbing new readers, collecting email addresses. It's a hustle. Bottom line.
So I know now, I'm sure you get plenty of authors and stuff like that who want to write books. Are you currently now still accepting manuscripts and things like that?
We have a wall full of manuscripts, and the majority of them are locked up. But I'm always looking for the hot manuscripts, always. Because I have a publishing company.
Right. So with your publishing company, I understand. So now are you all self-published?
No, I have a major contract with Kensington, Hachette, and the newest one is Cash Money Content. Shout out to Cash Money Content. Slim and Baby, they have an imprint with Simon & Schuster. And then I have my own separate, Wahida Clark Presents Publishing.
Wow, you hear that, people? That's business at its best. You know, it's not, like she said, it's not just writing a book. You're really grinding. You know, I respect that. So what? And
Honor Like Thug came in at number 23 on the New York Times bestsellers list. And it's hardback. all my other books. This is my first hardback book. First, some of the people was like, "Oh, Wahida, you sure you want to do paperback? I mean, you want to do hardback? You don't want to do that."
Right.
Said, even the big dog is Simon Schuster said, "No, Wahida's readers. I love my readers. They'll support her." And sure enough, hardback, New York Times bestsellers.
So to date, if you can estimate, how many books have you sold today?
I think almost like 800,000.
Wow.
Platinum.
Do you remember your first book signing here?
My first book signed at Black&Nobel. Wow, I did one each year here.
This was when we were over next door.
The first one, it wasn't here. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, no, it wasn't here.
Remember I broke my knee on my leg? It was a surprise. My surprise birthday party.
See, the reason why
it wasn't here though, it was the other spot. We had Book Diva, we did the interview and everything. My mom came.
She tried to cancel on us.
Oh, really?
I did. How did I try to cancel?
They said that you were canceling signings. They were pulling people out, and I said no.
Who was they?
Hashtag.
Oh, really?
Early.
I didn't know that.
Early.
I just knew I was coming to Black&Nobel. I didn't know that.
Because I made that.
Okay.
But it was Hakeem's birthday that day.
I remember it was Hakeem's birthday. Yeah, everybody was all dressed up. My mom still talks about that book signing to this day.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I'm like, well, wait a minute, it wasn't here. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
because it wasn't here. That's right.
Meant a lot to us because the people that were there were like at their humble beginnings, like T-Styles.
Okay.
But now everybody has grown to be these big bestsellers.
Okay.
So, it's just amazing to watch people go from the ground on up.
That's right. T-Styles.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Shout out to T-Styles.
J.M. Benjamin,
J.M.
DC Book Diva.
DC Book Diva.
There was Shannon there?
No, it was a few people there. It was a bunch of people.
I forgot who all was there, but yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question. As far as the author, since you get so many manuscripts, what would you say to authors? Is it best to self-publish?
I always encourage authors off the bat to self-publish because you retain all your rights. But it's just, you have to master the game, you have to understand the game. This publishing game is a beast. So you definitely just can't go and say, I'm going to self-publish, put together and publish my book. There's a lot more to it than that. There's so much more.
So I guess the first thing you would say is to do the research. They got to do a lot of...
Yeah, you got to become a student of the game.
And so you would suggest people to self-publish?
Yeah, I always encourage people to self-publish.
I asked that because, that's like one of the first questions a lot of people ask me.
I always encourage, but some people can't, like, especially brothers and sisters that's locked up, they can't self-publish. Some out here can't self-publish. I don't have the time or the patience. It takes a lot of so many intricate details, so many steps to getting a book published and promoting it. It's a lot involved.
Now, you mentioned that a lot of your authors are locked down. Is that part of that? Is that part of the reason why you do that? Is because you were yourself was incarcerated for some time, and you're giving them a voice. You know what I mean? Allow them to pay their bills and things like that. And so you're giving them opportunities even in prison when many of them they don't even have opportunities out in the street when they get out. As I know you're doing. So was that your focus when you were starting your publishing company? You wanted to fill that niche?
At first, that was my focus. Then after I came home, then I started receiving more and more manuscripts. And it just so happened that the majority of the manuscripts come from incarcerated authors. I guess they the ones have the time to actually write.
Wow. So,
and they seem the most hungriest.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I just wish. And
I like hungry writers. Because I don't like lazy people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it's probably something behind those walls that make you, and give you that motivation and ambition.
Absolutely.
I just wish a lot of our people would get that hunger and that ambition before, they get that door slammed on them. You know what I mean? And like just having someone like yourself, a black woman who's been through so much, doing this. I mean, this speaks volumes, as you know, to black women, to young women, like the young ladies in the back, my daughters. And just to the overall community as as a whole, because what struck me about is like what I was telling you, like you don't just come like we talked about a little bit, you don't just come and just set up a book signing. You come with a whole team of people and things like that. So just looking at it on that business aspect, you know, it speaks volume for our people and let people know how it should be done. You know what I mean? And I really like that. But I want to talk a little bit about this novel and, you know, why you're here. You want to speak a little bit about your latest novel and it being?
Honor Thy Thug. Book number 12, book 6 in the Thug series. And I'm here, BlackandNobel, because this is the last stop to my book tour. For now, until July. Then it's, you know, got some more stuff coming up, but after today I get to stay home. I've been on the road for a whole month. So this is the last stop. And everybody, my Thug series, this just happened to be part 6, continuation. My characters, they overlap in all the books. And Honor Thy Thug, the women is just getting their thug on in this one here.
Amen.
Where can they get it from? Where can they get it from?
BlackandNobel. Wahida Clark is everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
All the retail chains, the libraries, your e-books. Wahida Clark is everywhere books are sold. And of course, honorthythug.com, the official website, wclarkpublishing.com. Wherever books are sold, you can pick up Wahida Clark.
All right, you want to some parting words for the viewers, people here, and
Big shout out to BlackandNobel. They always welcome me with open arms. I can always come here whenever, however.
Right.
You heard my mixtape playing Honor Thy Thug soundtrack, which is it's the soundtrack to go with the book. You heard that blast, and they just let me do me. I can just do whatever when I come to BlackandNobel.
And it's our 10-year anniversary.
It's your 10-year anniversary?
Yes.
10 years.
Amen.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's it.
Yep.
That is a blessing, y'all. We gotta support our black bookstores. You know, a lot of people, they don't. Everybody don't have. Me, Hakeem was just talking about. Everybody don't have a Kindle or a Nook. Some people just want that printed page. So we gotta keep our black bookstores open. And my readers, you know, I give a big shout out to my readers. They, the ones that, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I love them. I do this for my readers. And my street team, thank you guys. I love them. My publishing company is a family-owned business. It's my family that runs it. So.
thank you. Appreciate that. You want to bring your daughter up?
Yeah,
You wanna
yeah.
say
I want you to
something?
come up and
This is another Wahida.
Okay.
This is little
But it's
Wahida,
not
No.
nuance.
AK Nuance Art. Who
Yeah,
she
camera right
actually did the design for Honor Thy Thug, this book cover.
Congratulations.
She does all my graphics, and you know my street team. She wears many hats.
Yes, many.
And she did the production for the Honor Thy Thug mixtape.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Productions.
All right.
Yes.
Empire in
Just got
progress.
a talented family.
Absolutely. My other daughter back there, because you know I have the catalog, WahidaClark.org, books and things, runs the, it's a catalog that goes throughout the prisons. So books and reading cards, pretty much what y'all do. My other daughter back there, she runs that. She keeps my schedule and all that stuff. So what you got to say, Nuance Art?
Go to honorthythug.com. If you haven't picked up Honor Thy Thug by Wahida Clark, pick it up. It is definitely a page turner. Hey, just read a book, man. Reading is what we need to be doing. We overbooked over here. Got so many books. We just overbooked.
Overbooked. That's one of the songs on the Honor Thy Thug soundtrack.
What you think about Black and
We
Nobel?
created reading.
Oh,
We got to
think about
read.
Black and Nobel. This is the spot for book lovers to go. If you love books, you love reading, and you want to fill your mind with some knowledge and some good stuff, come through Black and Nobel. They got everything for you.
And the
What you
family
need.
environment.
Of course. I mean, they got T-shirts, they got CDs, they got DVDs, they got hats, they got books, they got
Jewelry,
food. I mean, come on. It's everything right here.
And a whole lot of love.
and a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it going for 10 years running.
Right.
It's the glue for it.
That's right. Follow me on Twitter, Nuance Art, Nuance_Art, Facebook, Nuance Art, Instagram, Nuance Art. That's me. Need some book covers designed? I got you. I'll hook you up.
Wahida Clark at Twitter, Instagram as well.
And I'm Lamont Max, and with that, I want to thank you for coming to Black and Nobel. Thank you for doing this interview and this book signing.
Thanks for having me.
It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you. And we're going to get out of here. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah.
Official queen of the streets.
Amen.
Corner your head, and I'ma honor my chick. You need to honor this love. You better honor this love. You need to honor this love. You better honor this love.
Lock and load, let a glass explode. Feds on my line, I don't talk on phones. Been about the people since a little bitty nigga. Money in my head, gotta watch out for the killers. Watch out for the snitches, watch out for the bitches. Be careful.
Right off the Barnary sub-stop, Philadelphia, PA. Shot so loud you would think it was a club spot. African Americans, although we all over the web, we the hood librarians. We ship to prisons too. We reach out and deliver to those that's bitten too, but it's more than a bookstore. You want it, we got it. Mixtapes, DVDs, and culture products. BlackandNobel got our hands in a lot of projects. We welcome all to come build. The energy is positive. Every member of the team is awake and conscious. Come through and experience this place of knowledge. They say they'll put it in a book if they wanna hide it from us, but we got them books so you can buy it from us. Something to read while you on a train or riding the bus. Get your read on, food for thought, get your eat on. BlackandNobel, I buy my books at BlackandNobel. BlackandNobel, I buy my books at BlackandNobel.